All right, we're going to look at the chart log 1 tally A. Now, as you're entering data into the chart log axis, this is a fictitious team, Best Act team. And as we can see, their chart review has been completed. And as you are completing the chart review, information will start showing up in the chart log 1 tally A. What this is doing is what we used to have to do by hand or use some pre-developed Excel spreadsheet with formulas. It is calculating out some of the basic information around team approach, priority service population, role of the psychiatric care provider in terms of frequency of contact, community-based services, intensity of service, and frequency of contact. Each row is a client ID. eTMACT is automatically populating in the information we're going to need to calculate the rating for this item. This allows us to get a snapshot of what that information is. But as you'll see in the rating tool, the information we need is going to be populated into that rating item for us. Up above on this dashboard on top, you're seeing the summary data. So for instance, for this team, frequency of contact, the median, which is used for the rating, was 1.3. It also shows you the minimum and the maximum of median number of contacts on a given week. Same with intensity. For this team, the median was 68 minutes. For community-based services, community here is defined as non-office. So here, the median was 100%. We tease out as a subset institution in case that's of interest. This team was not seeing people in institutional settings. Role of ACT provider, we're looking at what percent of the charts reviewed. Was there a follow-up of 6 weeks between those appointments? And this team had 90%. 10% were between 2 to 3 months, and 0% were more than 3 months. 90% of the charts reviewed were judged to have a diagnosis and overall level of functioning that appeared to comport with ACT. And then here, team approach, we're looking at 80% were seen by at least 3 staff, which is what ultimately will be used to make this rating. Now, a convenient function built within, and just a reminder, these green icons will give you a reminder of what the difference is with why we're using language like community versus institutions. Another function, however, is if you're looking at data that looks suspicious, something doesn't look right about it, or you're curious, you can then say, let's see if we can get an example. This person was clearly an outlier, not getting much care. We're curious about it, so we click it open, and it brings you right to the chart. So the way you can interact and check on data is by clicking those IDs when you're in the chart log. Something to remember, if you ultimately see an error showing up in the tally, which then is producing an error for the final rating in the rating tool, the place to try to fix it is going to be at the source. So for instance, it would be coming back to this chart and reviewing what was it that could have been the error downstream. And even though this is mainly focused on chart log 1 tally A, just to give you a sneak peek, team approach 80%. If we go into the rating tool, we go to team approach, eTMACT grabbed the data it needed from that log and planted it in here for us.